everybody. My name's DM Craig.
I'm Silver.
I'm Dulhis.
And I'm Lucia.
And welcome back to Valaclaci.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
So, last week, just to give everybody a quick rundown of what happened. Oh my lord. There we go.
It was that exciting.
We all found ourselves, as many stories do, in a tavern or a bar. What was everybody doing in that bar to start off with?
I was drunk. Well, that was at the end of the night. The beginning of the night.
I think that was at the end of the night.
Yeah. Basically, the way to describe what happened last session was things went off the rails pretty quick.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Totally wasn't my fault or anything, by the way.
I did nothing.
Arguably true. I'll go take responsibility for this one. We opened up in the bar, and it was a bunch of new individuals who had walked into the bar. Myself being a local there, noticed the changes in different people, and then decided to pick a fight with a group of elves because, just a thing that he does. And
well, they were kind of being jerks, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
kind of being assholes
to me.
They were being
very rude to both the bartender and to a strange individual who I of course noticed at the bar. And I don't stand for that kind of crap. And then I kind of slugged him square in the jaw.
Yep.
And then I got knocked out, but it wasn't by the elves.
I appreciated that. And yes, and then basically I think you got hurt, didn't you?
I sure did.
Yeah, you got hurt.
I caught a few punches.
You got hurt. A lovely half elf tried to heal you and tried to be nice to you and speak into your native or a language you knew.
And you were a dickhole about it.
You were a dickhole about it. So
I do not apologize.
In my brutish dumbass of a way, I knocked you the fuck out.
True.
And if I'm not mistaken, you got healed.
It was the best knockout of my character's life.
Yes.
That's pretty accurate summation. I was in the bar, not really sure why, because I quickly figured out it wasn't my scene. Got pretty pissed off after Silver was an asshole and walked away. But I did end up coming back, and I may or may not have witnessed some drunken shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
So while Michelle was away during this time, what were you two doing? What were Silver and Dulhis doing?
We were sitting in the bar, becoming buddies.
Yeah,
drinking up a storm. As I say with my actual coworkers in real life, you don't become buddies until you have a good drunken night.
And you know what? It was just the kind of thing that my character could have used, and he was the right guy at the right time, and they hit it off, and they were basically discussing a little bit of their backstories, so we got kind of bits and pieces of information. I know my character revealed what he's been up to for the past 10 years, and where he's been working and living in that town there of Vale.
Yep, and I revealed I was on a pilgrimage to find my older brother. So.
And I also found out that you're, 3?
Yeah, I'm like, how old was I? I don't remember, like 15 or 14 and a half, something like that. Yeah.
You're 14 and a half, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah. And then things went off the rails even further when we drunkenly decided to show off some magic tricks.
That went well.
Yeah, and due to a critical failure on somebody's part, I'm not going to point fingers, we may or may not have damaged a significant chunk of a piece of property.
That may or may not have been a bank. Yeah.
And just due to an unfortunate set of timing, somebody else got kind of swept up into it with us.
Yeah, right when
somebody might have, out of concern, the goodness of her heart, called for help and gotten the group arrested.
And now
maybe. We're not sure.
And now we're going to pick up where we left off, which is in a bit of a sticky situation for our newly forming group. So we'll have to figure out how everyone's going to get out of this, and more importantly, if they are going to be able to stick together throughout all this.
Yeah, so when we left off, the three of you were being hauled off somewhere.
In ye medieval handcuffs.
Ye old zip ties.
Ye old zip ties.
And I'm a little bit confused as to why.
All right, so we'll fast forward some time here, and you guys are now. It's been about a day-ish, and you guys, all three of you, are now in a prison, or you are jailed in some way.
Are we all okay? That's fine.
So you guys are, and I'm going to try and draw this out here as best as possible. But so basically, oh my lord, my angling's off here. Might be easier for me just to. You guys are basically in this type of arrangement here. This is actually a lot harder the way I've got this set up than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize how I usually take a lot more time when doing this stuff. But this is the basic layout. That's really a thick line, but that's the basic layout. These are all different individual cells that you're in. And so this is kind of like a hallway. Here, it's not an actual hall, but like that gives you the idea that this is a hallway. And you guys really can't see much beyond into the exterior. So basically, for anybody that's just listening to this, just think about 4 jail cells all connected to each other, and across the hall is another set of 4 jail cells. So it's basically like a 4x2 with a hallway in between of cells. What we have Dalhis is right here.
Okay.
We have Silver over here.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, I always forget how to say your name. Is it
Lucia.
Lucia? I keep wanting to say Leukocia. What's Leukocia?
It sounds like a disease.
It sounds like a bad Fago brand, you know.
It's something. So Lucia is here. So in the middle of that 4x2, one of the middle cells has Dalhis, and right next to him is Lucia in another middle cell, and across from Dalhis is Silver in his cell.
This is a unisex jail. It's very progressive.
It's very progressive.
It is.
Okay.
So, you guys find yourself sitting there, and what you've found out is they're trying to charge you with trying to break into you. First of all, their initial thought is these are the people that got into a bar fight, and then these people are trying to break into a bank. And to them, you're trying to rob it. You were trying to rob that bank. You're trying to take out the back of it. Okay. Hey, what's up, Lucas Levington? Lucas Levington? Livingston. There's an S in there. I didn't see that part.
We can read really well, guys.
Yeah, I can read extremely
English.
Well. So that's what you guys kind of found out, is that you are. There hasn't been like a formal charge or anything like that come down on you, but you guys are. That's what you found out is the kind of the general charges that are coming at you, or the idea of what's going on.
Fair enough.
You guys are in there. What's like the general demeanor of your characters right now? How are each of you feeling in this situation?
Am I not hungover anymore? If I'm not hungover anymore.
Yeah, you guys.
It's been a day, so I would say no.
Yeah, you guys have cleared up.
Unless you snuck in something in your butthole.
No. In this case, not so much.
I feel like he would have already got that into his bloodstream if that's where. I guess if it was in a container, he wouldn't have.
Yes.
Otherwise, I guess that's a lot of clenching as you walk, but we won't get into that.
All right. Well, in that case, my character at this point would be sitting cross-legged patiently on his cot.
Okay. And is he just trying to meditate, or is?
Yeah, he's basically very upset with the whole situation, but mainly at himself at this moment.
Okay.
I'm kind of pacing back and forth, maybe about 1 or 2 steps, but I'm very confused.
Okay.
I am also pretty upset, pacing a little bit, but I'm praying while pacing.
Okay.
So, in that case, at this point, what time of day is it, by the way? Or do you not know?
Let's go. We're getting into the evening, into the nighttime. So it's almost been like a 24-hour cycle since you guys have been.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm also going to say that I've probably been crying on and off most of the time.
Okay. So Lucy is physically distraught at times, or at least visibly, not physically, visibly distraught a little bit. Obviously, it sounds like we can tell that Silver is visibly distraught with how he might have been carrying himself at times during this whole thing. And it sounds like Dalhis as well. All three people inside the cells are distraught in some way.
Fair enough.
So I'd like to, I'm assuming I haven't done this at this point, so since we're just picking it up, but I'd like to talk to the two of them. They can hear me in clear earshot, right?
Yeah, you guys are, I mean, there's nothing else really going on at all.
No one else in the cells?
You do notice, Dalhis, you do notice, like I'm imagining the cot is kind of like this in each cell here on, I don't know, whatever you want to say, just on one side of the, yeah. So the back left of each cell, when you're looking at it, there's a cot. And you do kind of notice are you serious?
I'm serious.
You do kind of notice a blob there. It looks like maybe somebody's sleeping in the back left corner here.
Fair enough. But I'd like to, for me, I'm just wanting to talk to the group right now. It's just just openly have a discussion with them.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys can talk.
So I would first of all like to turn to Lucia. And I'd like to talk to her directly and say, first of all, I'd like to get her attention, and then after that, basically just say to her, you are definitely completely innocent in this situation, and I apologize for getting you involved in something yet again. That's twice now, and that's on me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put in a word with the guards and everything to let them know that you were not involved with this and try to get you out of here. I really apologize.
I stop pacing and stop my prayer and kind of look at him, and I don't think it's your fault that I'm in this mess. I could have walked away both times and I didn't.
Then I would like to turn, of course, to Dalhis and say, and to you, my friend, your only crime is drinking with an angry half elf. So once again, I will also apologize for that as well, and attempt to get us out of the situation. Hopefully, because I've been a member of this community for 10 years, they might show some leniency toward me and only sentence me to hard labor or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I can get out of it a little bit, but truth is that you guys don't deserve to be here right now.
Very well.
Well, that's kind of hoping that you'd say no, but that's fine. No, it's all right.
I have nothing to say. I don't understand why I'm here.
Yeah, unfortunately you're here because I made one bad decision, and then the two of us together made a very bad decision.
I just used my acid breath.
Yes, on a bank, and we're gonna have to have a discussion about that, I guess, at some point in the future if we ever get a chance. But in the meantime, we need to figure. Oh, I know that. It's the problem is that no one seems to want to believe us. So we need to come up with a strategy. If they won't take my plea for your innocence, how are we gonna get out of the situation?
I can use acid breath on Seldor.
I would really not suggest that. I mean, yes, we could get out of here by brute force, but the problem is that, as I said, they know me. I've been a member of this community for so long that if we do something like that, I can never show my face in my own shop again. And I'd really prefer not to go down that road if I can avoid it.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
I need us to get an audience with a guard so I can try to talk our way out of it. But I will say that we're going to keep yours as a case in the whole escape plan. What about you, Lucia? What do you think about all the situation?
I don't really know what we can do. I have never been in trouble before, and I'm not sure how to react.
You've never been in trouble before a day in your life?
No, absolutely not.
And as you guys are talking, Silver starts picking up someone's walking down the stairs or walking towards you guys.
Can I hear what type of footsteps are they? Heavy? Like
they sound heavy.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like there's a lot of like metal clanging. It just sounds heavy.
All right. I hear someone coming towards us. Let me try to put in a quick word before we go down any other avenues.
Hey, what's all this talking in here? As you see I don't know if you guys can see my eyes right now. I'll try and slunch back down. As you see a guard coming around sort of this corner over here.
I'd like to try to get his attention.
To the side here. Coming this way.
Okay.
Guard, I'd say we were just talking about you, actually. Could you please?
As he rounds the corner, you see it's a 6'5" half orc. Looks to be just ripped with muscle. If you were to try and guess, you're looking at him, he's like a 6'4", 300-pound, just behemoth in not a lot of armor. Just, I don't know, just kind of a medium armor, whatever. But he looks like he doesn't need the armor at all. He looks like he is the armor. His muscles are armor enough.
Fair enough. Guard, it's wonderful for you to come down this way. I would really need to speak with you about something very and terribly important. These two individuals across from me have been wrongfully accused of crimes that have been wildly exaggerated, and I'd love an opportunity to plead my case with someone in charge. Is there any chance I could get an audience with the magistrate of the land?
I don't believe you're going to get any such thing, Silver. And now this is a half orc. You don't really recognize him, but you've seen him. You guys have no personal relationship together that you can remember. But it's somebody that you've noticed before, but not a lot, just kind of around town. And so it's kind of like one of those things you kind of click, you go, oh, he must work in here a lot. And that's why I don't see him ever. He's not around a lot, but you have, just randomly walking down the street every once in a while, may have seen him before. But he knows you by name. He goes, not going to happen, Silver. After what you guys, the three of you pulled, that's not going to happen.
What did we do?
You know what you did. You were trying to break in the bank, and you started a barroom brawl.
Now,
Barroom brawl, that'd get off really easy. Then you start trying to break into a bank. This is a small town of Valethorn. You do not need to be starting that kind of trouble in here.
I did nothing.
Now, you know me. I definitely openly admit to the brawl. I mean, truth be told, I'm kind of proud of that hook. I don't know if you saw that or not, but the point is that was me, and I'll openly admit to it. But the bank, that is clearly a misunderstanding, and I would just need an opportunity to have a talk with the magistrate.
Misunderstanding. You guys hit the corner with the vault right next to it. Had you been 1 foot over, you'd have been breaking into the vault. There's no way you're getting away with this. Trust me, my superiors, they've let me know all the things that you've done, Silver. You're not getting away with any of this.
I see my reputation precedes me. It's quite unfortunate.
All right, keep it down. And he starts walking away.
All right. At this point, I'd like to switch our conversation to Draconic.
Okay.
So,
wait, do all three of you know Draconic?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
So in Draconic,
What's our Draconic accent?
no, wait, that's a good question. What is our Draconic accent?
Didn't you guys come up with it? Wasn't it Spanish? Like a Spanish feeling?
Spanish was
Dwarvish. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's do Russian.
Russian Draconic.
Yes.
Okay, so every time you want to speak Draconic, you got to speak in a Russian accent.
I can't do accents, so
Comrades.
You just got to put comrades in everything.
We need to come up with a plan B. This guy, he's not going to let us off easy.
I can use acid breath.
Hey, that is still a plan. What about you, Sia?
considering the acid breath got us in this situation, I don't think that's the best plan.
So, before we go on, is it a solid wall next to me, or is it bars?
No, it's a solid wall next to you. No. Okay, so Dalhis, you've got. I'll just say this is north. Like north is up on this.
Yes.
So it's easier. Whoops. Go back to that. Thank you. So Dalhis, you've got a solid wall on your north wall, and then since this is another cell, these are bars here. Okay. You got bars here as well, and you've got bars on your south.
Okay, so it's all yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I did that. Oh, I should not have drawn so many bars. Edit undo is not working for me.
Okay, so upon this revelation, I look around and I look around myself. Do I find any like rocks or anything?
Not really. Your cell's pretty scant. I'm not opening the door for you. Your cell's pretty scant. You've got the basically the equivalent of a medieval bed in the corner. It kind of looks like it's something you could sleep on, but it's definitely not something they were making you feel like you're on a Tempur-Pedic or something. It's basically the best hay someone could get. Oh, look, there's only like 15 straws. It feels like it's only slightly better than the floor.
Does anybody have anything to throw in cell that I can use?
I do not believe I do.
I do not.
At this point,
That's not a Russian
And none of you do. And none of you do. None of you do. None of you really find anything around you.
I look at the lump in the cell next to me, and I go, hey, hey.
The lump in the cell starts kind of shaking. You, Dalhis, you kind of noticed when the guard was talking that the lump was moving slightly, but you really just didn't even think about it. You were kind of listening and trying to understand what everybody was talking about in the first place. That was more of your main concern, was trying to really you were paying attention to that. And so when you yelled, there was movement kind of underneath we'll say a blanketish. It's a very ragged blanket, but enough to where you're going, there's somebody in here.
Hey, come over here, please. Hey.
You see the rags, we'll call it the rag blanket, the ranklet. You kind of start falling away, and you see it's an older man. It's a human. He looks human to you guys. Really small type guy. He's definitely human. He's not halfling or anything like that. Not a gnome. He's human. He just seems really short. And he kind of starts bleary-eyed looking over at Dalhis, and he goes, Donar? Is that you?
You know my brother. I mean, excuse me. I got excited. Oh, excuse me. You know my brother.
He's kind of trying to clear his eyes. You can tell he's...
Where is he?
He looks very weathered, this man. It looks like he looks dirty. He looks tired. He looks beaten down. Not physically beaten, but just ragged. He's very much like his blanket. He's the ranket of humans.
Old man,
he's looking at you.
You know my brother, please.
Donar?
No,
You're not Donar?
No, that's my brother. He's my elder brother.
You look a lot like him. And you can see him kind of like wiping his eyes, trying to really focus. And you can tell it's taking a decent amount of effort for him to try and focus all of this in right now. He goes, I thought you were gone, but you're not him. So
please tell me more of my brother. I'm looking for him. Can you help me? Have you seen him? Where is he? How did you know him?
What's your name?
Dalhis.
You are Donar's second brother, right? Second in the hatch order?
Yes, I am.
Donar was in here for a long time with me.
What did he do?
I don't really know. He said he was innocent, but I'm trying to remember.
He would be innocent.
And you can see that the guy's really trying to focus, and you can tell he's just having a hard time right now. I don't know. He was in here for so long. He was a good person to me. We talked, and I just remember him very fondly until about 2 months ago. They came and they took him. They drug him out. They weren't nice to him in here. They were always questioning him, and they mistreated him quite a bit.
Why would they do that? He was good brother. Yes, he was arrogant, but he was good brother.
I don't know. There was, when I would come to, sometimes they'd beat me back and tell me to mind my own business, but I don't know. Those elves were vicious to him. I don't really understand. They kept trying to get him to answer questions, and they're talking magic, and
these elves.
I don't know.
You say elves?
Yeah, elves.
Silver.
Yes.
You know people. Ask him who.
What my friend is, I think, wanting me to ask you is...
Yeah, and you see the guy turn and look at you, and he's like somewhat surprised there was even anybody else in the room.
Sorry for startling you, good sir, but he wants to understand these elves that were torturing his brother. Can you describe them? Can you tell me anything about them? Do they go by a certain order or name?
Okay, and this is where I'm gonna come to you, Brian. I'm asking player Brian, not character. Can you describe what these elves looked like? Because they're kind of what you know already. Can you describe them to me?
They all have a blonde, long blonde hair in ponytails with pointed ears that are more pointed than normal ears on an elf, meaning like a normal elf's ear is pointed, obviously, but these are like almost double in length that they're so big and they're directly pointed, making it very defining characteristic about them.
So that's what he tells you. He tells you that's the group that was coming in there. Do they have a name, Brian, that you have?
I'd have to make it up on the spot. Just based on from their location, I would say that they're the elves of, and then that mountain area that they were from. I don't want to announce it, but
Well, I mean, if it's something,
So because they're from the mountains of Shadow, so they're going to be the elves of Shadow.
Elves of Shadow. Okay, so that's what Silver explains. He explains that to the guys. Or that's the type of people that he explains. He explains his name's Kotan, just to let you guys know. So I don't have to keep saying pronouns. So technically your characters don't know that, but if I say Kotan, you know what I'm talking about. Kotan's telling you that. He's telling you these elves with just these devilish ears that are so high, they're like horns. There we go. I couldn't think of the name horns. It's like they almost feel like horns coming off their heads. They're just tall and very blonde with ponytails.
They're here. Are you saying that those elves are physically located here at this facility, this jail?
Well, except for the one. There's the one that came at the very end when they took him.
We need to get out of here.
He was bald, and then Silver, this gives you, like, this hits your heart. You go, oh shit. You know of this guy. He is, in your head, Brian, he's the leader of what your all the stuff that we've discussed before. Yeah. He's the leader. He's the head honcho. And he just remembers saying that. And he tells you, except for there's the one that was bald. And then that's what completely hits Silver's heart. And he just, like, it's almost like
my character would have a distinct physical reaction at this moment.
Yeah. So that's exactly what you feel right then.
Mm-hmm. So that's all character knowledge for Brian, not character knowledge for most of you. You guys just know
do we pick up on the reaction?
You definitely notice Brian.
As soon as you mentioned the bald one, I would have a very physical reaction. Yes.
Yeah, so there's a huge physical reaction from Brian that even Donar picks up on, or not Donar, sorry, Dallas picks up on. And so all three of you know, as soon as he says the bald one and Silver reacts that way, you just get, you empathically just understand, kind of, just from being, not humans, but you know what I mean? Yeah. You guys pick up on it. So go ahead, Brian.
You're telling me that his brother was tortured and then taken by them.
My brother was tortured?
It's just... They just kept talking about the blood. Just kept talking about the blood, and you can see him you can see Kotan fading out and slowly laying back down and not under his own will.
Sir, before you go, what is your name?
He just lays there motionless.
I turn to the group. We need to get the fuck out of here now. If those elves are involved in any way, shape, or form, we need to get the hell out of here immediately.
You mentioned blood.
That we don't have time. We just don't have time. If they're here, if they're involved in any way, shape, or form, I can't be here. We need to go now.
Do you know where we are in town?
You got Brian or Silver knows where you guys are at. He knows where the jail or the whatever you want to call it, guardhouse with the lockups, dungeon, whatever you want to call it.
Is there a way out of here? Have you been here before?
I was never. I was brought in before. It's maybe once before, but never into this area. Never into this deep into the jail.
At this point, I turn to Lucia and I go, "You see his face. We need to leave. What do you
Whatever
say?
you gotta do.
Will you come with us? We could use your help."
Okay.
That took a lot of convincing, more than I thought.
You didn't even have to do a
But
roll
let's
for
go.
that one. No persuasion check, nothing. She's just like, okay. No, that's a good thing though.
I know.
Oh. But at this point, I would like to turn to Lucia specifically and say, look, I know you're going to be uncomfortable with this, but we really need to go. You don't understand. These guys are really bad news. We have to leave. And I know this goes against whatever code that you seem to be living by, but this is one time you need to take a page out of my book and just run.
Oops, sorry, guys.
I don't like running. I was trained to fight.
And fight
Can we-
you shall another day because we need to go.
You do realize that whatever we do means you'll probably never be able to come back.
Yep. Well aware of that. I just the only thing I'd like to do the only thing I'd like to do if possible is maybe grab my stuff from my shop on the way out of town. I'm not looking back. I've come too far. I have come too far to run into them again.
Too far.
I begin praying.
Yes, too far. Let's just say that I've come a very long way to live in this town, and I'm willing to go further if I don't have to ever see them again. I'll explain once we're safe.
Okay. Can I look around for any weaknesses on my cell or any other buddy's cell?
Yeah. Give me a.
Oh crap! I'm not in the freaking.
You're not in there.
No.
Do you need the link?
No, I got
Got it.
Rolls. Hold on.
Yeah, I want you to roll a d20 for me once you get in and change your nick.
Okay. Yep. Let me log in right quick. Sorry, guys. Log in. /Nick. Come on. Oh, it's going slow again tonight. Oh, crap. I
Doll Hill. That's my favorite.
shut up.
That's my favorite hill dragon.
You said just a D20.
The hill. Yeah, just give me a d20.
No modifiers.
No modifiers on this one. Just give me a d20.
Boo. Come on. Rolls.
So you're looking around, and Dalhis really isn't noticing anything weak. He just looks like a cell, and he doesn't know where to really attack first to try and get out. Brian, can you give me a d20?
I sure can. I rolled. Let's see what see what it comes up with. Woo! Even worse.
So
5.
Silver's equally kind of in despair of not really, especially he's got this adrenaline already pumping through him. He's getting visibly, maybe not visibly, but he's getting scared on the inside, trying to go like, oh shit. I'm stuck in here. What do I do? You guys have any ideas of anybody that's wanting to escape right now, what you might try and do?
At this point, I would like to say, as I'm just going to ask the group, once again, keeping it in mind that I'm speaking in Draconic to them.
Yep. I'm assuming you guys are all speaking Draconic to each other.
I'm speaking Draconic, asking them, if no one came up with a better plan, I really am gonna have him acid breath these cages to get us out of here. And I would really like to avoid a direct conflict if we can get out more stealthily. Does anybody have any good plans?
I am very strong, but I don't see any weak points on my cell door. I may be able to get your door in mine with my breath, but outside of that, I don't know. I don't know if I can get the third cell. Is there a weak spot on your
can
cell?
see outside, right?
Yeah. We'll say that you two can see outside. Brian or Silver is butted up against a wall with no window. Okay. But you guys have very small windows. You and Dalhis have very small windows.
And the time of day is, I'm sorry, what?
It's getting nighttime now. It's getting pretty dark out. So like in our terms, you're thinking somewhere between 8 and 10. Like light is fading at this point. But it's pretty dark.
And these are windows I assume we're not going to fit through, you said, because they're small?
No. You look at it and you think even a halfling would have a hard time trying to get through that window. It's just enough for you to remember that an outside exists.
All right. I look outside and I see that it's kind of getting dark, getting pretty dark. So I suggest maybe we just wait just a couple more minutes for it to get darker to give us more cover for getting out.
Fair enough. I would agree to that, and also at the same time, also be asking Dalhis about more specifics about his acid breath, specifically about does it make a noise or anything like that, and how many times he can use it.
I can only use it once a day.
So that would cover you and I potentially, but not our friend.
The only thing I might be able to do is if I aim it right, catch the corner bar of all of our cells. But that's risky. I can aim.
And Dalhis, knowing his accuracy on this, not even like making a joke about last night, but even with knowing his normal accuracy, he's thinking that'd be a tough thing to do, to hit all three of them enough to where everybody can get out, especially him because he's huge. He definitely needs to hit a big hole to get out.
Yeah, like I was thinking like aiming, like what I would really like to do is just aim straight across, hit my door and your door, Silver. That's easy. I can get aim towards the lock side on one side and the hinge side on your side, or vice versa, depending on how the doors are laid out.
What if the two of you got out and got your hands on a key?
I'm not sneaky.
I could do my best. I could absolutely do my best to try to find us a key, but there's no guarantees of anything in this situation. But at this point, some plan is better than no plan.
Silver, this guy recognized you. When have you seen him?
Who are you talking about?
The guard.
Who?
No, he recognized you as Donar. He didn't really recognize.
No. The guard who recognized me is
the guard.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So go ahead.
Yep. So I just saw him around town. I don't really know him.
Any time specific? Would that?
Like you're talking about routes or patterns or something?
No,
like that?
like time of day.
That I would have seen this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like Silver really only saw him. There wasn't really too much of a pattern. It's just one of those things he just recognizes because there wasn't many half orcs in the town. So it's just something he kind of just noticed, like, oh look, there's the half orc again. But in the
gotcha. Okay.
However long you've discussed that you've been here with Dalhis. So basically, just it's been a handful of times you've seen him in that many years. So it's not like something that's, it's like every Saturday I saw him going to getting his crumpet in the morning.
So
can I look through my bars down the hallway to see if I see anything?
What's your size? Are you a standard half elf type size, or were you a smaller half elf? I'm trying to remember.
I'm 5 foot tall, so I think on the slightly smaller side.
Okay, the jail definitely would be able to hold like a halfling and whatnot. So, I'll give you that. You feel like you can get your head squeezed through if you really want to look outside the bars. And I won't let you get trapped like it's a stair banister.
It's a trap.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of just poke my head through the bars and kind of look down the hallway to see if I can see anything.
Okay.
So this is kind of what you're seeing, Michelle. You can see that they turn into little hallways here. So when you're looking out to your left, once you get past all the cells, you can see there's a wall there, and that it starts turning, and it's the same thing. Oh Lord! And it's the same thing on the other side where it starts
Do I see
turning.
anything on the walls? Anything hanging on the walls? Chains? Anything?
Yeah, we'll go with yeah. You can see that there's heavy chains, manacles, maybe what you think might be used for like transport of, I don't know, maybe certain larger animals with scales, or at least in your head you're thinking this is all knowledge that she has, but you're looking at it going, oh yeah, that could probably mandible around a dragonborn and corral him if need be. You could see all the chains that would be kind of like going around hand and feet, and even there's even another one. And the reason why you think dragonborn is for just wait. Do you have a tail, Burke? Do dragonborns have a tail?
Doesn't he? I thought they did.
I would say yes. I think so.
Let me get my upside down book and find out. Okay.
Oh, while you're speaking of the upside down book, so I don't know if you can see this. This is the sheet for Michelle's character, right? Mm-hmm. Page 1, awesome. Page 2, I stapled upside down.
Nice.
So I joined the group, Burke.
So Michelle, you said
I guess that's page 4.
Your
so it's
character is 5 foot tall.
So that's the picture.
Yes.
I don't see a tail.
I don't see a tail either. I couldn't remember if you had one or not. So we'll go with no, because otherwise we'd start thinking about tail attacks. So it just looks like a really big thing, and you're going, there's no way this would go around a half elf. It would just be like clamp, and then there'd be tons of space around there. That's what you see on the one wall. That's all you see. And it's
medium armor that the guard was wearing. Does it look comparable to probably what we would be wearing if we were armored, or does it look special because he is a jail guard?
It looks uniform, but it doesn't look like anything too crazy special. So in your head, and to Silver, if he's even thinking about this, it's the guard's garb that you've seen around. You've been to a bigger city when you were in your travel, Silver. You've seen heavy armor that guards have worn in big cities. And so so you can tell this is more of a, not a light armor, but it's a medium armor, but that's not, it's protective, but it's definitely not the heaviest thing in the world. It would be something more a small town guard with, a government that can't afford much for their armory would have.
Gotcha.
And they haven't been contacting you, Brian, about getting heavy armor. You haven't gotten that contract yet.
And I'm sorry, you may have said this earlier. Have they taken our belongings?
Yes, they've pretty much taken everything. Your bags. They left you guys with the clothes on your back. I think you've got the amulet still, because I think they consider that a necklace. Do you have like an amulet around your neck or something, Michelle? What was around your neck?
My son, that's the holy symbol.
Yeah, they left that with you. They didn't take that. They consider that just something right along with you.
Okay.
But anything that's considered a weapon, like if you had daggers or swords or knives.
I didn't have anything. I was at a bar. Okay, so
okay, so having observed the large chains on the wall, I turn toward Dalhis and Silver and point them out and ask if they could help them after they have gotten out with the acid breath.
I just want to say I can hear Mario and Pemba in your background, and I picked up that was his voice. Is there a Tiger game on in the background?
Yes.
Yep, I picked up the announcer's voice. I was like, oh, I know that voice. It's not very clear, but I can just tell his cadence, the way he speaks. Sorry. You don't have to mess with the volume or anything. I just happened to notice what the voice was. Go ahead, Brian.
No.
So she points out the what is it, manacles? Is that the proper term for that?
Sure.
Shackles, whatever.
Shackles, yeah, the massive shackles. You both notice it.
So now that we know, what's around in looking at the cages and the there's nothing rusted about them. They're all probably in good, relatively, working order from the sound of it.
Yeah, from what you guys were looking at earlier, that's what you both got out of it.
All right, so and then
Granted, you guys just looked at yourselves.
Yeah,
but,
I looked at mine. Yeah.
but that was just in that quick little succession.
Well, I would like to specifically look. The one I want to look at is Lucia's.
Okay. So yeah, none of you guys have really checked out any of her stuff yet.
I want to look at her cell specifically, anywhere at the hinges, but or the actual where the key would go.
Okay. Well, I'll give you one roll to try and see if you can see anything there. If you just want to give me another D20, Brian.
Come on, Lady Luck. Come on, Lady Luck. Really hoping here.
Wow, it's going so slow.
Sheesh. Are you sure you're rolling? Like, are you even trying to roll?
I don't know. I guess not.
Can you roll again? This isn't going to be your thing. I just want you to roll and get something besides a 5. So Brian's rolled a 5 both times on these things, and
see if it's just like is just giving me 5s.
I just want to make sure that you're not somehow putting D5 on there and we don't realize.
Says D20 though.
Shh. I'm wanting to make sure.
Nope, I got a 13 so okay, so it's just I'm just a crap roller. And
you have the ability to roll higher than 5.
Checking,
That's all I needed to know.
I suck at rolling. Fair enough.
So yeah, you're looking over there, and there's nothing that you're really picking up that would help you out in this situation.
So at this point, then I'm just going to talk to the group and just tell them what I'm thinking. So, guys, at this point, we're burning a lot of time. We only have a few options really ahead of us here. One is that we use his ability to burn through both the cages and get the two of us out and either look for a key and or try to bust out our Lucia here. I have the ability to use fire and ice magic. I can both superheat and then super cool the cage door in an attempt to try to weaken it, because my metallurgy background would allow me to know how to do exactly that. Because that's why I have those abilities. It's specifically like my character learned them specifically for that purpose.
And I can rip it off. Fun
fact for your background, and I totally share that part with you guys. Anyway, we can do that. The only other option that I could think of, and I don't really care for this option, is that I could call over the guard one more time, use my prestidigitation to distract him while Dalhis uses his acid breath to bust out of his cage and attack the guard from behind. That's the only other option that I see at this point, and I really am nervous about that one.
I would rather not do that.
The less eyes, the better.
The less, what do you say? The less violence, the better.
The less eyes on us, the better.
Agreed. So are we in agreement that we wait, like Lucia says, to the dark and then try to make our move?
I vote we go for a key.
So we get the two of us out and then go for a key.
Yes.
What do you think, Lucia? You'll be the tiebreaker because I trust my metallurgy skill to get you out.
How much can you use that spell?
I can do it all day, baby.
If you can use the magic, that's probably safer than going for the key.
Will it be quiet? Because I will have to break door down.
Good question. I don't know how.
Just make a small enough space for me to get through.
True. And I don't know what kind of noises a ray of frost and
can you give me a D20, Brian?
Yeah, I don't know what that.
Rolls for fives. Oh my god, he got that.
Never mind. I don't need to get I was going to get a modifier out so you guys didn't know what the modifier was, but I don't need it.
Wait, my roll was a 3? It just went that fast, and oh my god in heaven.
You wasted your high roll of the day.
Yeah, really.
On a fake roll.
What a disaster.
I didn't set them hard. I just want to let you know, Brian, the bar was not high.
I know. I just suck at rolling.
I'm just saying, all you had to do was hit like a 6. That's all you needed, basically, for a lot of these. Because I was going to give you your modifier here to help you out on some of this, but
whatever. Ugh.
So
I don't even know what I was rolling for in that one, but
yep, you're good.
So
moving on.
Okay. So are we in agreement that's the plan?
I agree.
All right. So the last.
I look outside and see if it's darker yet.
You're thinking that about another hour, it's gonna be nighttime, basically.
Silver, do you think we can make it about an hour?
Yeah, I think so. But as in during that hour, I'd like to attempt to wake that gentleman up next to Dalhis one more time to see if we can get more information out of him.
Dalhis looks and with careful study, you can tell the person's still breathing, but all of you guys trying to yell and do whatever you guys can isn't waking him up.
And I would like to get him out of here, but at the same time, not only do I not know what he's done to be in here, but two, it's going to be very difficult to escape already, let alone bringing on another burden, so to speak. So I don't know if I can justify trying to save him too. Maybe if he wakes up in the next hour.
Are you thinking that to yourself or speaking?
No, I'm saying out loud. Because
Intraconic.
Intraconic.
Yeah, I'm announcing everything I say at this point.
Yeah.
I would really like him because he's seen my brother. I need my brother.
If we do, this is going to be a lot harder than say. But I'm only willing to do that because I got you into this mess, and I'm willing to try to get you out of it. But I'll let you know right now, if push come to shove, I will leave him because I am not, I repeat, not being taken by these people.
If they take my brother, I do not wish to see him in chains as well. Me being in chains. Can we track them down? Do you think?
We have an hour, so I suppose there's no harm in telling you a little bit. But if you want to know where they live, and if they took him where I think that they took him, I know exactly where they are.
Okay. I think we should try to rescue him. But if you know, I trust you.
As long as they took him where I hope they didn't take him.
We can question people there.
There will be no questions there, sir.
No
None
questions
whatsoever.
You will
Not at that place. That's a terrible place.
Okay, so now are you saying you tell them any more background, Brian?
No, I'm leaving it at that.
Okay, so you guys, whoa, that was a big. You guys kind of take the final hour, knowing that you guys are probably going to try and do whatever you're going to do here. So let's see if she's going to do any form of praying, things like that, any type of meditation.
Yes, after Silver said we could wait the hour, I immediately started praying again.
So one of the things that Silver has done during this time with his background in blacksmithing, metallurgy, and all this types of stuff, he's really starting to inspect the cells to try and figure out what's going on. And after studying for a little bit and kind of, taking a break here or there to kind of sit back, do whatever, you're getting yourself more in your own rhythm. You're noticing, you're like, oh, you kind of understand the design of the cells now. You're looking at it, and there's a clear spot that you see in your head that would be a pivotal part that you could kick out, and you might be able to unhinge the entire door from
Without
it.
even using magic, you're saying?
Oh no, you need to use magic.
Okay. I'm sorry. When you said kick out, I was like, you mean
no? You would need to. Yeah, you would need to break this one long pole you see. Is the main. Burke, don't think too far into this as a smart man. Just let me have my own thing here. There's one pole that you're seeing that if you took it out, if you broke it, you would be able to slide it out everywhere and be able to then probably literally move the door off or swing the door open.
Okay.
You didn't make these cells. They're a little bit different than what you've ever made before, but you're thinking this is the focal point you want to look at, and that would be the part. If you can break it, you'll be able to open up probably the jail cells.
Gotcha.
Okay, so does anybody else have anything going on during the hour?
Does Silver announce any of this out loud that he knows? Or
have you announced any of this out, Silver?
About the
doors?
What you have found about the doors?
If I figured if I found the structural point that I'm going to be hitting, I would point it out to them, saying, "You see that point right there? That's where I'm going to be blasting."
Okay.
So after Silver makes this observation. I suggest that perhaps he uses just that and we avoid Dalhis's acid breath for the moment.
Just to let you know, Dalhis literally did not understand a word you were saying, Brian, when you're describing about structural weak points and whatnot. He literally looked at you just blank.
Pretty much.
So, Burke, just to let you know where you're at from a role-playing stance, that didn't make any sense to you. So, I don't know.
Do I understand that he didn't understand it?
Yes, and you
Okay.
tried.
Then
You tried.
I want to point. I want to point at the point and say, "Go."
He understands what you're going to do. He just does not understand how that's going to help.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got
That's what it is. He just goes, okay, basically, he understands that's what you're trying to say is this is what you're going to do, but it does not make sense to him how it's going to help you out at all.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. So in that case, Lucia suggested that I try to just do that instead of us trying to blast both doors down.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, he understands all of that. He just doesn't understand how that's going to help.
Gotcha.
Really, Dalhis or Burke, Dalhis is still thinking that the acid's probably going to be your best bet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in that case, what if it's? I'm assuming we're at that right time.
Yep, you guys have gone on,
In that case,
or the time's gone on.
Lucia, I can hit your cage from where I'm at. That's well within my range. I can hit your cage. Would you like me to start with you and then have Dalhis save his acid to get us both out in a hurry if we absolutely had to? Then.
Yeah, I would say that his acid should be our last resort.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'd like to begin. Oh wait, I'd like to first off check to see if the coast is clear. Listening and looking.
Yeah, give me a roll. Give me a listen roll. So that'd be a based on your wisdom. So give me. Excuse me. It's going to be a for you,
Is
Brian.
that a perception or something?
Wisdom is perception,
Oh shit.
or perception is wisdom. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So give me a D20 -2.
Well, okay, 6 then. 8 minus 2 is 6. So
Brian, will you roll double digits?
no, I won't. I refuse. I'm a shitty game player. Everybody knows this.
Okay, Michelle, you're half elf tooth, right? So you've got a little bit of heightened
I
hearing
have
a little
decent
bit.
dark vision and good hearing, yes.
Burke, do you know what the hearing is for Dragonborn? Is it standard?
Have ears.
I think it's standard.
Okay, we'll just assume standard. Michelle, can you give me a D20 +2?
Do you want me to type the +2 or are you just going to add it yourself?
Either or. I would just add it in just so it's there. And by the way, everybody, Brian rolled an 8 and a -2, so he had a 6 on his last roll.
Wow, that's how you play
Michelle
the game,
comes up with a 19 +2, so she got a 21 overall.
Oh my god.
So Lucia really kind of hunkers down and listens for a second, and she doesn't really hear anything besides a little bit more staggered breathing from the corner.
Which I announced to the group.
Thank you.
All right, I guess it's now or never. So in that case, I would like to start off by beginning my process of super heat, super cold, super heat, super cold on that spot.
So how does the
On your
metallurgy
cell?
work?
No, on your cell.
Or what are you using on what spells?
I'm using Fireball and Ray of Frost.
Okay, and how many? And these are both 0 levels,
0 levels.
or what do you call it? Cantrips.
Cantrips. I have fire. I think it's Firebolt, not Fireball, but Firebolt and Ray of Frost.
Okay, so how many times can you use those?
I thought they were unlimited.
The cantrips are unlimited.
Well, I was making sure there wasn't like you can only use 3 per minute type thing or something. Isn't there some? Aren't there some of them that have that type of?
What's the spell?
Firebolt and Ray of Frost.
I'm on fire right now, Burke. If you want to go to Ray of Frost.
Okay.
You guys have the books in front of you, so you can double check. I thought they could be fired in relatively quick succession.
I believe they are. I just want to make sure that it's not.
Yeah, one action, instantaneous.
Action instantaneous 120. Target does 1d20. Okay, it does. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something along the lines of
No. That's
you
fair.
can only No,
Yeah, and it's only voice and hand signs. So
Yep. So you start superheating, supercooling, and you can kind of see that one little area start warping. And Lucia kind of looks at it and realizes like it's warping, but it's staying structurally there enough to where it's not breaking. but maybe if you struck it at the right time, Lucy is thinking if she strikes it at the right time, she might be able to break it off right when it cools, right when it goes into a frozen state. She might be able to get like a good kick or a good punch or a good something. I'm assuming kick because that would hurt the hand, and the foot might be able to take it a little bit more. I'm assuming you got like a boot on or a shoe of some form.
Yeah.
So that's
Boots were made
what
for
Lucia
walking.
thinks in her head. Does she act on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a kick as it's where you said when it's freezing.
Yeah. Okay. Can you give me a D20 plus 1? So
Pretty
she goes
solid.
through, she kicks, and she hits right at the right time, and that piece in the middle shatters. And you can see the door kind of slump to the side, where it's not very held together at all. So if she goes up, Lucia kind of pushes on the door a little bit, and the whole thing kind of starts buckling under its own weight, and the door goes slamming down.
Oh God.
It does make a clang.
I listen again. I freeze and I immediately
Okay.
start listening.
Do a D20 plus 2 again. I just want to see how this listen goes. So you're sitting there listening, and no, you're not hearing anything right now.
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
Then I give her like the "Are we good?" And she says, "Yes." I'm assuming.
Gives a thumbs up.
Okay. Then I turn
Bert,
to.
can you give me a D20? Gosh, are you going to be minus? Give me a second. D20. No, D20 plus 1.
For who?
Burke needs to do it. D20 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right, so Burke, Dalhis in his head goes, that was very loud. I've got the muscles to be able to hold the door open or hold the door up if this happens again. So you know in your head, you should be the next one that gets out, so you can hold the door and make sure it doesn't fall and clang.
Silver, my door, I hold.
I nod and begin the process. Shot. Shots.
All right, Burke just gave me a D20. No plus or minus.
Everybody.
Yep, you're good. It wasn't a 1. You kick at the right moment, and it cracks open the door. And before anything falls, you're able to grab, since you already know what you're wanting to do. You kind of grab it and jostle it enough for you to be able to get the door free and move it to the side to where it's holding itself up and you can walk out freely.
Okay.
So, and I'm assuming I'm able to hit my own weak spot on my own.
Oh, I'll help you.
He's got the right idea. Let the guy with the 19th strength actually go through a train with this thing.
Okay.
So I'm just going to assume that you hit it and you don't roll a 1. So I'm actually saving you potentially a drastic error here. You're able to do the same thing with Brian's door, and you're able to crack open all 4 doors, or all 3 doors, excuse me.
Then
I make the quick suggestion that Dalhis grabs the chains off of the wall.
Okay. I will try to be quiet.
Burke, do you have your thing up?
My
your
thing up.
Player sheet?
Yes.
Okay, since you're the strong one, you'll be the one that holds on to this stuff. Well, what's your current weight right now? 47, and you're encumbered at 95, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are, let's say, 10 pounds worth of chains.
Chains. We'll put it in my backpack, assuming I find it.
Well, yeah, you're just going to carry it on yourself right now. You can put it in backpack, though.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So then I point to the old man and say from before, then that, or then in the cage there, and and I point at it. Dalhis gives me a thumbs up. I begin the process of shooting that as well.
Yep. So you guys again crack open another door.
Okay.
And you go in. Okay, no, you crack open the door. What are you doing here?
I crack up the door. I walk over to him. I tap him, see if he do anything as I try to tap him.
Not really.
No.
It kind of feels like he's maybe unconscious. He's not
Okay.
waking up.
Okay. I pick him up and I say, let's go. So I'm carrying him kind of.
Okay.
He's a tiny old man, so kind of like a baby in
Yeah.
my hands.
Yeah, he's now that you kind of got him sprawled out, he is a small guy. He does not weigh a lot.
Mhm.
It's not really, you can't really, what the hell's going on? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out later. So I guess my sister had a party the other day, like her and her husband had a party the other day, and they had a drone go through and fly and take video of it.
Oh,
So that would be kind of cool. Anyway, so you're not like able to like sprint or anything, but your
Yeah.
walking move isn't. Yeah. So if you try and sprint, you'll be slower and you won't be as agile.
Yeah.
But just trying to walk and whatnot, you're able to keep. Well, as much stealth as a dragonborn can have. You're able to kind of walk around and whatnot.
I am monk. I can be quiet.
Yeah, but it's harder with a. He's still a full-grown man. He's just not huge.
Yes.
He's just a smaller guy.
Yep.
okay. So at this
Okay, let's
point,
go.
we need to get out of here. So because none of us have been this deep into the jail, we have to decide which way to go, and I point toward the direction that the guard did not come from.
Can I, having been the sober one when we were arrested, recall how we got down here?
Good call.
I'll give that to you. That's very well reasoned. I won't even make you roll for like a quote dungeoneering check or anything like that. You were sober and you remembered what was going on. So yeah, you kind of remember the path. You remember that if you head out, that's a normal pen that won't work on my thing. You remember that you guys came from this way. So if you guys go east or west out the hallway you're in right now, and then head south, that you'll start going up into more. Fuck. There we go.
More open space.
Yeah, more of an open space this way. Are you serious? There you go. So you remember there's more of an open space this way. But you do remember that that your gear went that way.
Gotcha.
All right,
But you never
so-
went that way. Your path in was just basically like this. Imagine a door right here. You guys basically
So-
went that path.
I know that we just have to get through the one room
Yeah,
if we don't get our gear.
yeah, you just have the one room to go if you don't get your gear.
All right, so I whisper in Draconic. I tell
The
them,
chopper. Oh.
I tell them that we only have to get through the one room to get out of here, but unfortunately, the guards took our stuff in the opposite direction, which we have not seen.
And I'll just assume for this scenario, and correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Craig, but even though I was just at the bar drinking, I'm assuming all of my like quote unquote dungeoneering stuff was packed with. I carry a bug out bag with me at all.
You have a ton of other stuff, but that's just more of your personal defense because maybe you felt you needed your just in case something happened, Brian. You kind of always had your sword on you just in case, and you had some other items. If you ever had to make a quick getaway, you were that guy that you kind of held on to these things.
Okay, but I mean, like it's not. I still have my like stuff at my actual shop as well, right? Like
You've got stuff there, but none of it is nearly as good as the protection you had with the things that were in that bag.
That was in that bag. Okay. So then as I turn to the guys and go, I really like my sword.
And Burke, you have.
I like my Kamaz.
Yeah, you had
them.
your weapons are completely gone. Lucia was able to tell you guys that your stuff all went back that way at some point. So you know that, and so like you don't have Michelle or Lucia doesn't have her mace, doesn't have her crossbow. Nothing really on there. So you know all of your stuff you think is that back that way.
Does everyone need to go? Do we think we all need to go?
Is that in character?
The
or are
only
you
thing they
asking me?
left,
That's in character.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
the only thing they left me was my amulet. They took everything else I had.
All right, here's what we'll do. We'll have to go and get it from that way, but that orc was that way as well. So we're gonna need
He's only half orc.
half
He wimp.
that half orc is still over there, and he's going to be a very, very, very tough.
The image of a 6'4", 300-pound half orc comes to your guys' mind.
Puny.
We have those chains. They are definitely probably strong enough to help delay him.
Here's what we'll do. I'd say this is just an idea, but we need to make decisions quick. If we go that way, I'm assuming because it's nighttime, everything's lit by candlelight. I will use my prestidigitation to raise the light level in the rooms with the candles, because I can do that. It's one of the things I have available to me, which should in fact, within half orc, affect his vision, say enough to give him a quick little, like to blind him slightly. At which point we use Dalhis's strength with the chains to hopefully chain him up, so we can avoid a direct conflict.
I have other idea.
Dalhis, go ahead.
We use chain tie between bars on path. Blow out candles and make noise to get him come see us. He trips. I sit.
And then we can chain him up with the chains.
I like it, but I'd say the only other thing we have to do with that is that he'll have to see that that somebody's out of the cage, because a half orc has amazing dark vision, even with the lights out.
Okay.
Or with the lights out. So he would need a reason to come charging at us. So I say, I will happily play bait if you will stand at the ready in your cage to jump on him.
I did not know dark vision.
I turn to Silver and question if he's worried that those elves that he clearly is afraid of may be with the orc.
Am I afraid of that? Absolutely. I'd say I would.
But he's got the sneaky suspicion that these elves wouldn't just hang out in a jail cell.
Yeah, if they're, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't, because based on what we had talked about. So yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put what's his name down. I forgot his name.
That's fine. You technically don't know his name.
We don't know it.
Oh yeah, I'm putting down Old Man Jenkins.
So this works out perfect. You guys don't remember the name.
Yeah, I'm putting down Old Man Jenkins. And can I sneak a look into the big room to make sure it's empty?
Yes, I was hoping you were going to be the one that does this, because you have by far the best stealth check out of everybody.
I kind of figured, which doesn't make sense, but monk trained.
He's a monk.
You're like an 8-foot lizard.
But he's a monk.
Godzilla's like, I'm peeking.
This is what he was trained to do his whole life.
I was trained to be
I love it.
I blend in.
Yeah, he's got the best stealth check out of all of you guys.
Makes no. I love it.
Okay. All right, so Burke, you're trying to go this way. Oh shit, I'm deleting.
Yeah, go to the big room. Well, I was going to check the big room first to make sure we wouldn't get surrounded.
Okay. All right, so just give me a D20.
Okay.
I'll add the modifier so you guys don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Was the sixth one you just rolled?
Rolling.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so jealous of your rolling skills.
So you come up about right there around the corner, and you take a look, and you're looking around, and it seems like are you standing up or are you crouched down?
I'm kind of crouched over, I would say, with my height would be kind of shoulder level to a normal human.
Okay, so you're crouched down a little bit, and you take a look, and it looks like you've got I'm doing this. I've got this available for me. You've got somebody kind of right there, maybe another guy right there, and they're one of them sitting kind of at a desk like that. The other one's kind of sitting here at a chair facing that way as well. It looks like to you guys it's the equivalent of maybe doing like paperwork, like they're focused on their desk.
Okay. All right. So I kind of
but you do notice there is a door right here too.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So I go back and explain kind of the layout to the room as well as I can.
Yeah, so he explains that straight across the hall, behind where the two guards are facing at their desk, is a door, and they can follow that if they wanted to. Sorry, I'm trying to explain to people that can't see the video.
Oh, fair. Yeah, fair
for
enough.
the podcast version.
So I explained this to our guy, to Silver and
Lucia.
Lucia. Wow, I'm drunk. And so then I decided to go look around the other corner at
Lucosia. That's the girl's name
Lucia.
for in Ready Player One.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Sorry,
Gotcha.
I was like, "Where's that name? Where am I getting this name from?" That's what it is. I won't say the rest of it because I don't want to give away anything for people that haven't watched or read the book.
Yeah, so I explained everything, tell him to be quiet, and go look around the other corner.
All right, so can you give me another roll? City 20.
Yeah, it's rolling. It's thinking. It wasn't. It's not fast like the other ones. That means it's going to be high because it's calculating everything.
No, mine took a long time too. It didn't go well. Every time mine didn't give me a 5 every time. It took a long
This is
time.
the longest roll ever. The dice are bouncing down the stairs.
Basically, 5. Dear Lord,
I
guys.
told you every time it's long, it takes a 5.
All right, so from what you guys, this is a wall up here. Just imagine that as a wall.
Okay.
It's not just extended room or anything like that. You see a table right here, Dalhis, and you're seeing all the shit from you guys. All 3 of your guys' bags, weapons, everything. They're all convenient, like walk over and hit A and you'll pick up the whole bag and have everything. Item packs right here. Woo. Just to make things easier.
Convenient.
Yep. Dear Lord. Dear Lord.
Dear Lord.
Oh my Lord, what's going on? Stop it.
You broke it.
I'm breaking everything.
How dare you?
There we go.
Dare you?
Okay, back. And you see right here is a big old half orc snoozing away.
Okay. So I go back and I tell the team this. And I say, I don't know if we'll need your light trick.
Good, because I wasn't really sold on that idea.
He was sleeping.
Then let's go get our stuff.
I can grab. Do we need to hurt him or can we be sneaky? What do you think?
I would suggest being sneaky.
Let's be sneaky. I don't want to hurt anybody if I don't have to.
Very well. I will pick up everyone's stuff.
Burke, you're strong. You feel when you looked at it, you thought you'd be able to pick up everything in one haul.
Okay.
So as you go around, can you give me another roll?
It's rolling. No. It's taking a long time.
FYI, everybody, he rolled a 5 last time.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well. Just as always, we get to this time of the podcast, an hour and 20 into it, and sure as hell, here it is.
There's the old Burke rolls a 1 on a check.
And changes the whole course of the game.
God damn it.
So, Dalhis, while going through and picking up everything, he picks up a majority of all the items. And as he's walking back, he doesn't see that there's a box right about here.
Oh no!
Not there.
I'm sorry that it was a what? It cut out for me.
A box. There's just like a small little box holding whatever apples. I don't know. There's shit in there. And right as he's walking around, he trips, and a longsword comes kind of crashing out and falls to the ground and goes clang, 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 clang. And it's not a silent clang, clang, clang.
Oh no.
And you hear from behind, all of you hear this. All 3 of you hear, obviously Burke hears this, but the other 2 of you hear this massive clang from around the corner. And you hear this, like this snorting.
That was good.
You hear the snorting as well.
Okay. I'd like to
Burke, what's your first reaction?
Yeah.
What's Dalhis' first reaction?
Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh no.
All right.
I try to scramble up to my feet though.
Okay. All right. What about you two? Well, what's your kind of first reaction? I might not let you fully do everything you say, but what's your first reaction?
I want to try to peek around the corner to see what the hell that noise was.
And what's Lucia's first reaction?
I kind of slightly lose my cool and just start to dash into the room.
Okay. So Lucia quickly kind of dashes around the corner to see what's going on. Silver is being a little bit more stealthy, but you guys look and you see this half-orc in the corner in this chair, leaned back, like leaning forward and like trying to focus his eyes. And you can tell he's like, what the shit? So right now he is you can tell he's a little surprised right now.
Chain him.
All
Yeah.
right, Burke, can you give me another roll, Burke? A D20. Okay, so you go through. He rolls a 19. Everybody, just to let you guys know, he runs over and jumps and just covers this half-orc's mouth and pins him to the ground, using all of his weight on top of this guy. And it looks like it's a battle between these two behemoths right here. But it looks like Burke got the upper hand quick enough to where he's got him pinned down right now. All right, what do you two want to do?
I would like to.
Silver, come grab stuff.
I have to go try to grab all the stuff I can.
I also try to grab as much as I can.
How much? Well, since I don't have.
I can't hold him. Chains.
You definitely hear this non-yelling draconic talk where someone's trying to tell you over in the corner that's holding down this half-orc, please help me.
Oh, and I go.
We need our weapons.
And then I say, oh crap, and I drop the stuff and go for the chains.
Okay, so you grab the chains.
Yep, I would grab the
to
chains, and I would like to try to chain him up. I'd say, or get a chain on his leg is what I'm going for specifically. His one of his ankles.
Okay, can you just give me a quick roll?
Yes.
Just a D20.
And while he's rolling, being a 5 foot tall, 100-pound woman, I decide that I'm not going to be any use, and I start arming myself with my weapons.
Cool. So, yeah.
Wait, you're 5 foot tall, 120 pound. It's like
110.
110. I didn't realize how small your character was.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you arm yourself with your mace, your crossbow, everything that you had beforehand. You deck yourself back out.
Yes.
Brian, you rolled?
Yep, 16.
So you kind of sprint over.
But my travel robe does cover most of it. I do want to note that, so it doesn't look like I'm like...
Okay. So you sprint over and you're able to put these manacles pretty quickly on 2 of his legs and 1 of his arms.
Oh, nice.
At this point, I'm able to think, and I notice Lucia is all decked out, and I say, go check the other room.
All right, I stealthily begin making my way back that
Yeah,
way.
as much as possible. Yeah. I was envisioning more around the hallway, like not really checking, like making sure they weren't coming down. Sorry,
Yeah,
I did
so
not explain.
I'm just gonna stealthily go around the corner to where our cells were.
Yeah, okay. I'd like not go in the room because I don't want.
No.
So are you saying like roughly around?
Yeah,
right
right
At the
there.
beginning of the hallway or something?
Yep.
Like no farther than my cell.
Okay. All right, so you're just going and hanging out there. Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
You can kind of tell there's a little bit of rustling in the other room, Michelle or Lucia. She can kind of tell there's a little bit of rustling. What are you two doing?
Okay.
Silver and Dallas.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to turn him and I guess help Brian get the last chain on.
Yep, I'm trying to get the chains on all of his appendages, or all of his limbs.
Brian, can you give me another D20 roll real quick?
Of course. Yep.
So you notice a wad of trash in the corner, just assorted trash, what looks like maybe parchments and leather pieces and stuff like that. You go through, you just grab a handful of it, and you and Dalhis kind of give each other eyes real quick. He releases the guy's mouth, and you just shove all this crap in there.
Okay.
And then right then, that's when you go forward and you take another piece of the massive armor or shackles or whatever, and the one piece that you're kind of or Lucia was confused about, just to pin this back, the one piece you take that and you fit it around his mouth and able to kind of clamp it closed a little bit to where it's going to be hard for him to make any noise now with his voice.
Okay.
Cool. And I turn to Dolores. We need to go. We need to go.
Should we put him in the cell?
I don't care where we
Lucia, you see some shadows starting to get closer.
I come back around the corner and I'm like, guys, they're coming.
Okay. At this point, is there anything to clamp was there 4, I guess, clamps on this, or was there one for like the neck on this?
Yeah, there's one for the neck, and that's the one you.
Okay,
this is,
so
this is player
free.
knowledge, not character knowledge. Yeah, there's still one free.
Okay, so I look around and clamp that last one just to the big table.
Okay.
Okay.
And it looks like a pretty heavy table.
Yeah, I would assume he might be able to move it if he's a barbarian and go into rage and some shit like that. But yeah.
Question.
I'll even give you this. The bottom of it kind of has like a hook, like it's kind of not ornate, but it's not just like a straight leg, like 2x4 stapled together. So there's a little bit of ornate at the bottom of it that gives it more stability, so it won't tip if like a lot of heavy objects are pushed onto one side or the other.
Gotcha.
And it actually kind of creates a nice little loop for you to try and hook into for this table. So that you know that it'll take him to be pretty precise to get it free of the table itself.
Okay.
At this point, I would like to. My bag's right there, right?
Yep. All of
Including
your shit's
my
right
sword,
there.
right?
Yep.
So in
All
that
your
case,
shit's right there.
In that case, I would like to rip off my tunic and the chaps that I wear for my
Are they assless?
thing. Like, because that's what I was wearing when I was brought in.
Yep.
So I'm down to what I was wearing underneath all my clothes, which is the thing that they can all see it now, but it's basically long. Think of it like best way to describe it, if you're looking at it, is like Under Armour long johns essentially, but they're not. They're two separate pieces. So like think of it like legs and shirt, but they're long sleeves on both. So I don't know what to call how else to describe, but it looks like that's all I'm wearing at this point. And I just reach in my bag, pull up my sword, put the bag on my back. So I have a sword in my right hand, backpack on my back, and I'm wearing that because I don't want to wear my blacksmith armor or anything else.
Yeah, you're blacksmithing clothes.
Yep. If I have time, I'll throw it in my bag, but I don't know how much time I have at this moment. So.
All right. Yeah.
Do you want the time to put it in your bag? Yeah, Lucia just came around the corner and said,
"No,
they're coming."
Nope. Leaving it.
As I finish clamping Ugly to the table, I run to grab my swords.
Okay, so you guys all quickly all at the same time. So when she was coming back to tell you they're coming, that's when you guys clamp the guy shut. Mm-hmm. So you guys kind of all meet at this corner with all of your gear equipped. All of you guys have your gear equipped and on and whatnot, like you were, just any other day. And now, Brian, you're starting to hear that there's a little bit of movement coming towards you guys. Okay. But it sounds decently far away.
Far away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like down the.
It doesn't sound like they're around the corner.
Right. So.
We have to protect Old Man Jenkins.
Who's dropped in the middle of the hallway right now, right?
No, I put him back on his little cot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So the only thing I'll say to the group is I'll slow him down. I'll slow him down. So you take him out.
All right. So Brian, can you roll a d20 for me again?
Yep. The usual.
Yep. So you come out. You come out to about here, Brian.
I'm that far up. Okay.
Just
no. You're fine.
You rolled it.
Yep.
And you can definitely tell there's talking going on. I don't know if it's because a little bit of adrenaline, but like it's hard for you to focus on what they're saying. You can just tell there's multiple people talking in the next room.
Okay.
Can I come up behind him?
Yeah, you guys do what you want. So Brian's here.
I will. Well, so we're all filing in behind Brian. Do you guys want me to sneak another look?
Sure. one more peek before we get the hell out of here.
I'm hanging back in the corner for now.
Okay.
Okay. Can you give me a roll, Berkey? So you come up and around the corner, and you notice that you take a little peek around here, and one of the guards is standing here. One of the guards is standing here. Here, I'll give arrows so you know which way they're facing.
Thank you.
They're kind of in a corner here. There's 2 guards, and then there's another person here. You don't know who this person is. They're not in uniform.
There's 3 guards.
There's just a person there.
There's it's
2
Nope.
guards and a person.
It's 2 guards and a person.
And
That
are
really
those people still at the desk, or are they the 2 guards that have gotten
Nope. Since Burke was the one that looked beforehand, he knows it looks like the 2 guards that were there beforehand.
okay.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. I go back and announce the findings to the crew in a whispered hush. Any ideas?
Let's try to sneak out that back door you saw from earlier, and if things go south,
Is it lit well? Is it lit back there? I don't.
Yeah, this whole room's lit well enough where it's just like any other, probably like what you'd think of an office building when it's still in use. It's well lit.
You said you have a light spell.
Yeah, I can turn candle lights higher or lower. And
Can you turn them off?
Yes, absolutely. I can blow candles and fires out entirely.
I'm trying to think of a way to do a circle, but also show where they're facing.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm playing around with it to see what I like.
So I'll pick up Old Man Jenkins again.
Okay.
And you go first, because I won't be able to see. Lucia, be behind me. Help guide me. Make sure I don't trip on something again.
I like it.
And we'll try to sneak out in dark.
Brian, or Silver and Lucia, very faintly, even with their half elf ears, cheer of the half work.
But we need to go now.
Okay. So I pick up.
I like to cast prestidigitation and turn the lights off.
Yeah, so basically in my head you got, maybe a light here, light here, light here, whatever, light here. Stuff like that, and you're turning them all off? You're taking them all down? Okay. Shit. Fuck. I did it again, guys. I did it again. There we go. Okay, so you go through and you take off. Really? Really? Thank you. You turn off all the lights. Can you guys give me all a D20 real quick? So you turn off all the lights, and as you guys are walking by here.
Wow.
Okay, so the rolls we got were 2, 7, and 5.
We're the worst players in history.
You guys are very bad at adventuring.
God damn it.
So Dahl has rolled a 2, Silver rolled a 7, Lucia rolled a 5.
I still trip on box.
Let's see here. So Lucia's did that. Okay. So you're when the lights are out, all 3 people here you kind of notice are looking around. Like, what the hell just happened? They're looking in all directions, trying to figure out what's going on. They're a little surprised, and you guys are slowly making your way, or quickly, or you know what I mean? You're trying to stealthily make your way across here. And right when you guys are about to get out the door, this person here, you and Brian or Silver, you and him kind of meet eyes. And it's another person that you've known from your past, named Faneth. I'll type the name in for you guys so you can see the spelling. Phaneth. Faneth. And he's a younger elf from your past, Brian. And he's not the bald guy. He doesn't put that fear into you. But he's definitely not your standard elf. You know him, and again, you guys need to get out of there.
Gotcha. Does he recognize me?
You guys lock eyes, and you see, and there's understanding there. As you're trying to get out, you both definitely lock eyes.
Then in that case, I just go, piss off, asshole. and I would like to cast a firebolt, but no, not at him, at the desk between us. To try to light the desk on fire to get it so we can escape through a haze of fire and smoke, because there's literally a flaming desk between us.
All right, just give me one d20, Brian.
Yep.
Okay, so I was just making sure you didn't fail.
Yeah.
You go through and you hit the desk with the firebolt. It erupts into flame and smoke immediately. Not necessarily a small explosion, but it felt almost like there was a reverberation with how much power came from this one little bolt of fire that you sent out. And it masked you guys enough to where you guys start sprinting as much as Dalhis can with a person in his arms. Mm-hmm. You guys just start sprinting out. And you guys start running right for Brian's blacksmithery. Brian's shop. Because that's where you're heading, right, Brian? You need to get your stuff.
Well, no, you said I had it all with me in my bag.
Then you guys head straight out of town.
Yeah,
You guys.
Yeah, we're bugging out. At first, I thought I needed to get my ship, but if I have my special sword with me, I'm good. I call it special. It's not like magic or anything.
Special sword.
Well, no, my character uses a long sword, but it's like a thin one. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So you guys sprint out of town. Again, it's not a big town, so it's not like you had too far to go. You guys are sprinting straight out
into the woods
as far as you can go. And so you guys probably head out for about, 30 minutes. You guys are just hoofing it on foot to the point where, and are any of you particularly good with nature? I can't remember.
Not me. That's wisdom.
I have insight.
I'm not bad.
No, you're not bad.
Craig, if you go to my intelligence thing there.
Yep, that's good.
Oh, wait, no. Nature's intelligence. I'm okay in nature. I'm not good. But...
No, nature's...
No,
nature?
it is.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Intelligence.
Nature's
intelligence.
I'm neutral. I'm literally a 10. I'm neutral.
Yeah.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, Michelle or Lucia is able to kind of twist and have you guys twist and wind through the forest and whatnot around you to get to a spot where you guys feel decently safe to kind of sit down, take a rest, and try and figure out what's going on. So you guys, I'll just say you guys kind of start making camp. It's late at night right now.
And Dalhis still has Old Man with him.
He still has Old Man on him. So you go through, and
do we feel it's safe enough to make a fire? Or no?
Yeah, you guys got far enough out to where you feel safe enough to make a fire.
You need the magic to make a fire.
Yeah.
I didn't have to build or buy any tinder bundles or whatever they're called, like the fire starter kits.
So you guys are out far enough, like I said. I don't know. Maybe you guys were gone. You guys were kind of hoofing it for a couple hours, maybe trying to get far enough out, and you don't feel like you, Brian. Most of the guards, or at least in some kind of passing. Maybe you didn't know the half orc, but like that's about the least amount of the guards. They're not great trackers. You feel pretty confident they're not going to be able to.
Yeah. It's like Quimby.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to really find you.
Yeah.
So you guys are able to kind of make camp and start resting, get a short rest in, feel a little bit better. Dalhis is able to put the man down and kind of like stretch his back out. And a little bit, about I'd say an hour later, you feel Dalhis notices, because Dalhis has been kind of hovering near this guy because he feels a little bit of kinship to him. Not kinship, but he knows he needs to be near him, and he feels him kind of starting to stir again. What? Where am I? Did you guys hear that?
Yep.
Yeah,
I was making sure the mic picked it up. Sorry.
Old man, you are free. Smell the night air again.
He's looking up, and you see him go wide-eyed, looking at the stars above. As they're out, there's hardly a cloud in the sky right now, so it's a beautiful sight above you. There's a crescent moon over in the corner. Brian, which one's the one where it's becoming a full moon, but it's just really small? Is that waxing or waning? It's heading towards full moon.
Waxing.
It's a waxing crescent moon. And
Sweet.
he's just kind of staring up at the sky. And he says, it's been 25 years since I've seen the sky like this.
I'm very happy to hear that, but at the same time, we didn't break you out just for you to see the night air. We have a lot of questions. We need them answered immediately.
Do you need healing?
That's a good question.
It's been 25 years and he's been speaking every day. He probably needs a little healing.
I need healing.
I need healing.
He looks. Water.
We can give him some water because I have a water skin. I'm assuming it's still full.
Yeah, I was going to say I think we have.
Surprisingly, yes, it's full and it's still refreshing.
Right. It has a cool tinge to it with the night air. It's not
Etched right on the side of this water skin. Looks like the letters YETI.
It has ice from the mountains I'm from still.
So it's definitely not a Yeti water skin, guys. Yeah. So he takes a drink of the water, and you can kind of see him become a little bit more lucid, to where beforehand, when he was waking up, it was definitely like you could tell he was holding on, but he was delirious a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now he's a little bit better. He looks over.
Do you need food?
Again, and looks at you, Burke, or Dalhis, and goes, Donar?
No, old man. I am Dalhis. Donar is my brother.
Oh yeah, you're the second in his hatch order. He talked a lot about you.
Do you know anything of him besides that he was taken by elves?
He kind of goes through and gives you roughly the same.
Okay.
Almost, not word for word, but like you feel like he's kind of just repeating what he said, not because he's trying to be a jerk. He's going through it like it's the first time he's told you before.
Okay.
And he's telling you the same information again.
Mm-hmm.
But where did they take his brother?
And you see a little bit of pain kind of come over his face. And you see him wince.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him wince again. And he holds an area below his heart-ish area. You hear him go, that saber.
Saber?
And he looks over at Dallas. Follow the saber.
Follow the saber.
You guys see a little bit of blood forming from this area in his chest. And you see him kind of slump against.
Goes over to attempt to heal him.
Okay. She goes over and attempts, but as she starts and she's about to start her attempt, she sees and feels the life force go away before she even gets to start the healing process.
Why did you not save him? Why did you stop? What is wrong?
She clutches her. I clutch the sun symbol and I say I can't.
Why not?
Yeah, Lucia, just to make sure this is apparent, Lucia definitely noticed that at the point that she got over there's nothing that she was going to be able to do, that he died beforehand.
I'm still angry. Or a little upset.
I'm sure Dalhis is. Yes. I was just making sure the people on the podcast, anybody listening or watching, knew what I was getting at, was that she couldn't have done anything.
Why? What are you doing? Do something. You healed him. Why can't you heal old man? We don't even know his name. I don't even know who to thank.
I'm sorry. A punch in the bar is a lot different from what has happened to this poor man.
Is he gone?
He is. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, although he may be gone, I think that what he told us is almost worse for your brother. His riddle, unfortunately, makes too much sense to me.
You know of this saber?
There's only one saber I know. Other than that, the sword, that is, I suppose. There's only one saber I know that's connected to those monsters that we saw earlier, and those damn elves. And that's the Saber River. The Saber River is an area close to, I should say, somewhat near anyway, an area that I came from.
Okay.
Not good. I really can't recommend it.
Brian, do you have your phone on you?
I do.
Okay, I might text you information.
Okay.
You guys can keep going. I just want to make sure that I can send Brian information if I need to.
But they have my brother. I need to get him for my clan. It is I will go with or without you. Point me in the right direction. But I could use your help.
I want the hardest part of this whole situation for me is that if you were to go for your brother, that it's not going to be, you're good. It may not be an easy travel. And even worse, their destination is going to be terrible. It's many weeks of travel, even at the best speed before we could even get there. It's going to be a long and arduous journey. And unfortunately, as I said before, our destination is one of pain and sorrow. Now, the man we saw tonight, the one who was speaking to the guards, is someone that I recognize. He's a very, very bad and powerful man. Someone who undoubtedly is going to be after me, and unfortunately, I think he's going to be after you too if he was after your brother.
My brother did nothing.
No, but he is Dragonborn. And
we are strong, we are proud, we are fierce, yes.
But it's not, you heard him, you heard this guy, it's not your strength that they're after, it's your blood. I'm very familiar with them because, yes, unfortunately, I am too, in a matter of speaking, a dragon, as a partly Dragonborn as well. My magic comes from a source of draconic origin. And
so they are testing, experimenting?
You can put it that way. More like using and abusing. It's what they do.
I turn up and kind of let out a roar in frustration towards the waxing moon.
While this conversation is happening, I am burying the old man.
Sorry, say that
Can
again.
you overhear?
Michelle or Lucia is burying. She's starting to bury the old man.
Oh.
And could you hear our conversation though?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not far away.
I wasn't being quiet.
I assume you guys are pretty.
Yeah.
You guys, I assumed you guys were all talking enough for you guys to hear each other.
I as soon as, or do we have much more to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
okay. I say continue as I notice Lucia and I help dig. I do have big paws. Claws, whatever.
If you are serious about going there, I can guide you. But there's going to have to be a few things that we talk about beforehand. I need you to understand why or what you're going into and who these people are.
I'm going to get my brother back.
No, I got that part. But I hope you understand that what you're going up against is not your average orc or your average goblin. This is a organization that lives deep in the mountains that has dedicated the past 1,000 years to the pursuit of nothing but selfish and horrible magics. They used me and abused me due to the circumstances of my birth for the first 20 years of my life before I was able to escape. It's a terrible place, and the only reason I will go back is if I can get one thing from them out of it, which is revenge.
We will avenge.
Lucia,
They have taken my brother.
Lucia, I know this is a little bit beyond what somebody of the cloth would normally do, but would you help us in this quest?
I look up from burying the old man and I say that I will, because I can't ignore the fact that there are people who are going to need help. And not just you guys, but anyone they've taken prisoner.
Well, then this unlikely band is going to have to come together.
I agree. I need to find my brother.
And I want revenge.
And I like her. We need help. We need healing.
We need healing. Right. And I think that's about right.
I mean, do we want to continue? Are we stopping there?
I
don't know.
I think this would be a really good point to jump off at right
Yeah,
here.
we're at
We've been going for a couple hours now almost. So I think this would be a good little spot to jump off. You guys were able to get yourself out of prison, learn a little bit more about what's going on. Dalhis was able to learn a little bit more about his brother there.
He is still alive.
You've learned your brother was in there, that he was connected with this city here. So you're on the trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Brian was able to see part of his past kind of come back to him.
And Michelle did something.
And Michelle's following something she feels in her heart right now, that it's the right thing to do. So you guys all have a little connection here, trying to go forward. So this is where we'll leave you. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll always tweet out. We'll say on Facebook, wherever else we're going, that we're going to be streaming every single time on Wednesday nights when we do these. Just pay attention on our social medias for when we pop up saying we're about to stream. But thanks everybody for hanging out with us today.
Good night.